Okay, so on the Tots Toolkit, in your resource packs, you've got this lovely looking page like this. And to make a little bit of sense of what we mean by these different bits, we can ask the lady who knows. So, Deena, there's 4 different dimensions in Theraplay Informed Practice.
Yes,
tell us a bit about them. What's structure about?
Okay, well, structure is described as being able to relieve the child of the burden of maintaining control of interactions. So children who you find very, very controlling, who may have had to be a little adult at home, may have younger siblings that they've had to look out for and sort of make choices for and generally look after. These are the kind of children that the structured activities are really good for, because the adult sets the limits and boundaries and makes the game safe.
So what sort of things do you do as a structure?
Okay, well, very briefly, with a sort of pot of bubbles, what I would do is I would ask Joe, who's going to pretend to be the child, I would say, right, I'm going to blow a big bubble, catch it on the wand and see if you can pop it on your nose, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that always happens. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, Joe, here it comes. Can you see that big bubble? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Base! So I've been in control, I've been giving the instructions and Joe has followed them beautifully and then give her lots and lots of praise for doing that.
Excellent. So what about this engagement?
Okay, with the engagement, you'll find that often children who come into care maybe haven't had the experience of being able to play, or they don't know how to play. So the engagement activities help to engage them in a very playful and positive way. Focus on them, notice things about them, and really sort of make them excited about play and what it can bring for them.
So how would you do that? What sort of thing?
Well, something that I've made earlier, just using sort of like regular foil that you have in your cupboard. I would say, Joe, I can make you into a robot. How about that? Should I make you into a robot?
I've always wanted to be a robot.
And I'd start, you know, draws them in and think, what on earth? I would draw them in and I'd tear off a piece of foil and start off with a hand and make a robot hand. So I'd mould the foil around the hand.
Around their hand?
Yeah, around their hand, and then lift it off. So this is one actually we did early with Joe. If I show you there, it comes out as a really nice kind of shape.
Like
a robot hand, which, you know, they find quite fascinating and then want more, want the next hand done, and maybe a foot.
So it's really just about engagement.
Drawing them in,
yeah.
Trying the new experience.
So the next one's nurture, and I mean we talk a lot about nurture, but how does it fit?
Really, really important, and this is really to reinforce the message for the child that they're worthy of love and care, and that adults are going to be there to provide that care without them having to ask. And they're really, really good for helping kids learn to know how to regulate and to be able to be calm.
So what sort of things would you do?
Well, a lovely thing is an activity called the lotion in handprint, and I've got a copy of one here, which I've done in the past and laminated. So essentially you get sort of just some baby lotion and some baby powder, and you get the hand and just really spend time sort of putting some lovely lotion in, maybe do a little nursery rhyme, you know, round and round the garden, and then get them to pop the hand onto some nice black or coloured paper, take it off, sprinkle on some magic powder, tap, 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 blow it away, and you end up with this unique, individual, lovely handprint, which I've laminated. You can set it with hairspray if you don't have a laminator. And again, this will lead to them probably wanting to do another hand or maybe their foot.
Yeah, excellent. And it's all like everyday stuff that you have around
all everyday
stuff.
So
the final one then is the challenge. What's the
challenge? It's really good for children who kind of the opposite of the ones who need to have that control. They're the ones who are very compliant, very quiet, wanting to please, but you know there's a lot of feelings being pushed down there. So we want to encourage them to come out of themselves and take a bit of a risk, and then give them loads and loads of praise. So
what sort of things would you do?
An activity, this is a challenge, a bit of a guessing game, but it's also involving some nice nurture as well. So we've got a double whammy. So with a feather and a cotton wool ball, you would just explain that you're going to touch their face with both of those. So here we go, Jo. Here's the feather.
Yeah.
And there's the cotton wool ball. So you know what they feel like. Okay, so now close your eyes, and I'm going to use one of those and then ask you if you know which one it is. Right, so here we go. Okay, open your eyes.
I think it was the feather.
Was she right? She was right, it was the feather.
Yes.
Okay. Well done. I think she's played this before, Jo. You must have played before because you found that just too easy.
I can tell you I have played it before and I got it wrong. So, but brilliant. So that really helps make sense of this page and kind of what some of those activities might look like and what they're for. So brilliant. Thanks, Deena.
You're welcome.